Dear students, in this lecture we will study about shock waves. What are shock waves? How are shock waves produced? What is a shock? A shock wave represents a fluid moving with very high velocity greater than sound. Now we must know the fundamental meaning of what is a fluid. Fluid does not mean liquids. A fluid is one which flows, is a very simple definition. What exactly is a fluid? Fluid gets deformed when a shear stress is applied. Liquids, gases, they belong to the category of fluids. Correct? Then, in our day-to-day life, we are using technology, we are involved with fluids and gases. In this lecture, we will study which are the laws that explain us the flow of liquids. Laws of fluid mechanics is very important to understand shock wave chapter. So fluids are those which get deformed when a shear stress is applied. Fluids flow. Fluids seem to obey certain laws. Let us understand the important applications of fluids in motion. Do we really need fluids in motion? You will see today, by the end of this lecture, our whole life, our activities throughout the day are involved with either fluids in motion or ourselves moving in fluids or automobiles moving in a fluid. Correct? I will give you a simplest example. Imagine an aircraft flying in air. Air is a fluid. It experiences a drag. What is the drag experienced by an aircraft when it flies? Correct? So important. What is the viscous drag? What is the aerodynamic drag the aircraft experiences? What should be the design of the aircraft? Design of underwater vehicle, design of a ship, design of a car, design of a vehicle which move in a fluid called air. Which design helps us to reduce the drag? Correct? Have you seen the flock of birds flying? The flock of birds, they fly in this pattern. Correct? Why? It looks like an arrow, correct? The shape of the arrow is so designed to reduce the aerodynamic drag. It experiences less friction as it moves. The aquatic animals, fishes, their shape is so designed in nature so that they experience less drag as they swim in water. So, aircraft design, their motion in air is understood through laws of fluid dynamics. What happens if the aircraft experiences a turbulence in midair? If it experiences shock, the aircraft, as its velocity increases, it starts vibrating. Correct? So, its behavior, its motion, its trajectory, to understand it, we need to know the laws of fluid dynamics. Second part, we are using refrigerators, correct? Air coolers, AC machine. What is happening in these devices? A liquid, a coolant, a fluid absorbs heat in the refrigerator and releases to the environment, correct? In an air cooler, in a refrigerator, it is just the flow of fluids which are involved, which are doing the work. In an internal combustion engine, what is happening? The fluid from the tank flows into the combustion chamber, it burns. The flow of the fuel, its burning is understood through laws of fluid mechanics. Ideal gas equation, Boyle's law, Charles' law, law of conservation of mass, law of conservation of momentum, law of conservation of energy. These are the laws of fluid mechanics. So burning of fuel and internal combustion engine needs all this. Now very importantly, is the fluid dynamics important with computers? Yes, I would say. How is it? Now look at a CD player. We use MP3 players. You have the CD that is revolving with great speed, few thousand rotations per minute. When the CD is rotating with that great speed, it starts processing. The head in the computer, when it has to extract the data from the CD, has to be in contact. It has to be firmly fixed, correct? The CD, in case, if it starts wobbling, if it starts processing, the data reading will become different. For that, they use what is known as ball bearings, which use a lubricant. Correct? The lubricant in the ball bearings keeps the CD firmly fixed to one plane. Data reading will be easier. Right? Lubricants in our body, synovial fluid in the bone joints helps us to absorb the shocks, smooth functioning of the bones, joints, correct? Synovial fluid in bone joints, it's helping us. There are still several examples which I want to give you. Now most importantly, construction of dams, bridges. Construction of dams, bridges is based on flow of fluids. The motion of ocean currents, cyclonic storms is the motion of fluids only, correct? The flow of air into our lungs. How does air flow into the lungs? Pressure difference from in the atmosphere and inside the lungs. The flow of air from lungs to outside. Correct? The flow of blood through the veins. To understand all these physiological processes, we need fluid, laws of fluid mechanics. Flow of air to lungs. Look at this. It appears our motion through the liquids or the liquids in motion comprises our life. So fluid mechanics is a very important branch in engineering. Every student should know these laws. So let us define important parameters with fluid mechanics. What is streamline motion? If a fluid is in motion, we say there are two types of motion. One, streamline motion, another turbulence. Correct? See, you go to a water tap, open it. You generally see water flowing in all directions, getting scattered in streams, correct? Water tap, when you open it, the moment you open it, the water gets sprayed in all directions. This is turbulence. Velocity of the water drops is not steady. Now what you do? Adjust the tap screw so that the water, see this, flow becomes very streamlined. See this? Have you not seen water flowing like this? Sometimes when the flow is very uniform, look at this. Velocity is steady at each point. This is streamline motion. This kind of motion, turbulence. There is no ideal streamline motion as such. Correct? These are all approximations. Velocity is steady. Streamline motion in a fluid means velocity remains steady, uniform, correct? In turbulence, random fluctuations in velocity, Now, I forgot to give you another very important example. Fluid dynamics in sports. Have you seen when a football is kicked, the football rotates and moves in different direction like this? In cricket, have you tried to understand how a spin bowler produces a spin? How fast bowlers produce in-swinger and out-swinger? Why cricket players try to rub one side of the ball continuously like this? One side, if it becomes rough, the other side is very smooth. So now as this ball moves in air, this creates a pressure difference between the two surfaces. So the ball gets a swing easily. If the whole surface is smooth enough, swing difficult to produce the swing. That is why new balls cannot produce swing easily, correct? So the motion of the cricket ball in air is understood through laws of fluid dynamics. Its swing is understood through laws of fluid dynamics. The rotation of the football, the motion of the football is understood. So as I told you, in our day-to-day activities, either we are moving in fluids or we are benefited by fluids in motion. Correct? So fluid mechanics is a very important branch of engineering. So we understood what is streamline motion, what is turbulence. Now, what is Mach number? What is a shock wave? What are the laws of fluid dynamics? I will take up the first law. We all know ideal gas equation. Correct? Ideal gas equation. Fluids obey this law. First law, PV, pressure into volume, is equal to nRT. N is number of moles, or gas constant, T absolute temperature. What is Boyle's law? Volume, pressure is inversely proportional to volume at a given temperature. This is Boyle's law. What is Charles' law? Volume directly proportional to temperature for constant pressure. Correct? Gas laws explain the behavior of fluids. The second equation is law of conservation of mass, or equation of continuity. Equation of continuity. You all know equation of continuity in electromagnetics. Law of conservation of charge. Charge entering a junction in a steady circuit is equal to charge leaving the junction. Correct? Kirchhoff's law. Now here, what is equation of continuity? For a fluid in streamline motion, mass of fluid, amount of fluid entering a junction, entering a volume is equal to mass of fluid exiting the volume. So mass remains constant per unit volume only for streamline motion, a fluid in streamline motion. For a fluid having uniform velocity, steady velocity, without random fluctuations in velocity, mass flowing through per unit volume remains constant. That is equation of continuity. I will write the formula for it. Now let us consider a fluid in motion, correct? Let us assume this is a region through which fluid is flowing. Okay? I call this control volume. This is the physical boundary over which the liquid flow is observed. This is the boundary over which we apply the laws of fluid dynamics. We call it control volume. Okay? Now, imagine a fluid entering this. Okay? Let the area of this inlet be A1. Let the density of the fluid be ρ1, velocity be v1. Now, as the fluid flows with uniform velocity, as it exits, here velocity, area of the surface is A2. Density generally does not change. correct? Density of the fluid will not change. Let it be rho 2. Later on I will show if what happens if it is same. Generally it is same. Velocity will be different, correct? So now what do we write? Amount mass entering. See this equation of continuity says mass entering a volume is equal to mass exiting the volume. Mass is volume, density is mass per unit volume, right? So density into volume, capital V. See this velocity I write like this, small v, this is capital V, is equal to rho 2 V. Correct? Now volume, how do I write it? Volume I can write it as area into velocity, right? Volume of a cylinder is equal to length of the cylinder into area of cross section. Length is equal to distance covered by the fluid per unit time. Let us assume the fluid is flowing with a velocity 1 meter per second. So if I take a cylindrical region, see this, of length 1 meter, the liquid that enters here after 1 second it comes here, correct? So amount of fluid within this volume, it can easily be calculated if I know velocity into area. The fluid is moving with a velocity 1 meter per second. So it describes a volume, one cylindrical volume of length 1 meter per second. Therefore, volume is velocity into area. V1 A1 is equal to rho 2 into V2 into A2. Correct? Now, if density remains the same, this itself is the equation of continuity. If density is same, then V1 A1 is equal to V into A is constant, I can write it, correct? This is the equation of continuity. Velocity into area is constant for constant what? Density. So this is called as equation of continuity or law of conservation of mass for applicable when fluids are in streamline motion. Now another important law called as law of conservation of energy. It is also called as Bernoulli's principle. What do we study here? Law of conservation of energy. Okay? What does it say? Total energy of a fluid in streamline motion is constant. Total energy of a fluid in streamline motion is constant. Correct? What is this total energy? A fluid which is in motion has kinetic energy, potential energy, pressure energy. A fluid moving from a height is losing its potential energy, that is getting converted to kinetic energy. Correct? A fluid that is moving like this has kinetic energy. Pressure into volume is work done, pressure energy. Correct? So now, how do I represent this? Total energy, kinetic energy, okay, plus potential energy plus pressure energy is equal to a constant. It is not universal constant for this problem. For this situation, it is a constant for this fluid. So we write half mv square, potential energy mgh, pressure energy pv is equal to a constant. This is known as Bernoulli's principle. People say Bernoulli's principle is the principle applied in the flying of aeroplane. Correct? If you want to know how aeroplane gets a lift off, Bernoulli's principle. Now, can you write energy per unit volume? If you write V per this, if you divide this left hand side then it will be by V, then it is energy per unit volume, per unit mass. You can do it, calculate it. Of V square will be per unit mass, per unit volume. You can represent this in different forms. Now the next law is law of conservation of momentum. Momentum is conserved for a fluid in motion. How to represent this equation? Law of conservation of momentum. This is represented like this. Here, pressure P1 plus rho 1 V1 square, V is velocity, is equal to P2 plus rho 2 V2 square. This is called as law of conservation of momentum. Where is momentum here? It is pressure, but pressure is forced by area. See here, pressure is forced by area. Force is rate of change of momentum. Correct? So therefore, you have momentum conserved in streamlined motion. This equation represents the conservation of momentum. Okay? So these are the laws which help us to understand the motion of a fluid. Now, let us come to an important point now. What is Mach number? What are shock waves? How to explain this? Now let us try to understand what happens if a fluid flows with high speed. What happens when fluid flows with very high speed? Correct? Imagine in a river, water is flowing with some velocity. What is the velocity? 1 meter per second, 5 meters per second. But the same, if air, breeze, if it starts moving with a velocity 60 km per hour, 100 km per hour, it is called as the hurricanes, cyclonic storm. It causes big cyclones. When it hits seashore, it damages the houses, roads, electric wires. Lot of disruption caused. Correct? So, when a fluid attains high speeds, we call it shock waves. We call it a shock wave. What is a shock wave? High pressure disturbance produced in a medium. A shock wave is high pressure wave disturbance. How can it be produced? Caused by explosion or compression. Sudden compression in a medium. Sudden expansion. Imagine a cracker suddenly explodes, causes huge shock wave. Shock wave involves high pressure density disturbance. Here it is not just sound that is flowing. It is the fluid that is flowing. The mass of the fluid in motion with huge speed is called as shock wave. High pressure wave that is moving through a region, causing lot of fluctuations in this pressure. Correct? So do not think shock wave is like a sound wave, light wave. No. It is a high pressure disturbance. It is huge mass moving with huge velocity. That is shock wave. Sun, when it in the sunspots due to magnetic reconnection, when solar flares are produced, they cause the shocks. The plasma matter from the sun is ejected, coronal mass ejection. The mass flows with a velocity of, see here, around 1000 km per hour. The plasma matter from sun during solar flare, during coronal mass ejections, is ejected with a speed of 1000 km per hour. That causes a shock because huge mass moving with great velocity. Velocity greater than sound is the criteria. For the shock wave, for a flow of fluid to qualify to become a shock, its velocity should be velocity of fluid. If it is greater than velocity of sound, then we call it shock wave. Okay? A shock wave means fluid moving with great velocity greater than sound. A sudden explosion in this room causes the air to flow with high speed. Shock wave. Correct? Bursting of a balloon under high pressure. Shock wave. When mass is ejected from sun. Shock wave. Because the speed is huge.